And there we go.
Good morning. My name is DeJur. I'm so grateful to be here, back here, I should say, at our Wednesday class with UMA Community Clinic. I was on a brief hiatus for a little personal upgrade for the last, how long has it been? 6 weeks. And I'm so happy to be back and I'm moving around well. And I'm just grateful that I can come back and report good news. Evelyn, thank you. Leonie, thank you. Shallon, see you next time. And thank you. We're going to start, we're going to be doing chair yoga. I'm still on the mend just a little bit. So we'll do chair yoga today. So grab a chair, preferably one with no arms, but if it has arms, no worries. Wanted to give a little an acknowledgement to the land, to the people whose land I occupy. I am on the land, I'm here in Los Angeles, and I'm on the land of the Tongva and Gabrielino First Nations peoples land, and there are other nations that were on this land as well. I don't have their names at the tip of my tongue, but Tongva Gabrielino Nations land. This land belonged to them and they belong to the land. And historically, the land was stolen from them and other First Nations around the world, indigenous people, aboriginals, etc., stolen by colonizers and enslavers. And this part of the land was renamed Los Angeles. So that's how Los Angeles got its name. And I just want to remember the forgotten ones, to give honor and thanks for their stewardship of this most beautiful part of the world and of my hometown, Los Angeles. So thank you for allowing me to give thanks to them, to those people, those nations. If you are new to my class or yoga class, I'd like for you to just be mindful of any physical concerns that you may have about your body. So if I ask you to move a body part and it's going to bring discomfort or pain, please maybe experiment to see if you can raise your arm in that manner. If not, raise it a little bit less, or kind of modulate yourself for your comfort. We don't want to bring any additional injury or pain at all to our bodies. Movement practices should not create pain. Even in the gym, you should not be bringing pain to your body, because that's the body's way of saying, no, it's too much. Discomfort is expected. We'll be moving out of some of our comfort zones, our normal positionings of our bodies. So you may feel a little tug or pull a little bit. You'll know the difference between discomfort and pain. Let's see, what else? If you need a break, make sure to take a break. And a break could be just a quick rest or water, or if you need to use the facilities, you may, take care of yourself. And I say in my classes, you are your own best yoga teacher as well as yoga student. I just put that in. I thought about this last week. So you're your own best yoga teacher and yoga student. So take care of yourself. And we'll start the next part. We'll start with a grounding. And what grounding is bringing our attention and awareness into the space we're in. Yes, we know we're here, wherever here is for each of us. Yes, we know we're in front of our devices, but to bring our attention to what we are about to do as far as some movement. I'm sorry, I'm stuttering. Why am I stuttering? So it's basically just using the 5 senses to just notice and feel what's going on around us. And I mentioned this during most of my classes, some of these practices that we're going to do, these grounding practices, I do when I go see the tax man every year. He is a nice man, but I get, I know I'm going to owe money to somebody, federal, state, and him. And so I get a little butterflies in my stomach, a little off when I have to go see him. So while I'm in his lobby waiting for my turn, I do some of these practices that we're going to do right now. And I encourage you to use these practices if you find yourself in places that give you anxiety. So I had surgery on September 19th, and typically I haven't had a lot of surgeries, but I get really anxious the night before and the morning of the actual surgery. So I asked the surgeon prior to give me something for that, just to take the edge off. I didn't want to be doped up or dopey or goofy. I just needed to not be, and I know that about me. And so between what he gave me, just the one prescription of one tablet, which is kind of funny to me, but that's all I needed. I also practiced on my breathing. I practiced my breathing. If I can teach you all to breathe, I got to do that myself. I can't just be flapping my gums, teaching you what I know and not putting that into practice for myself. So the breathing and helped me a lot to get through those initial couple of hours before the actual surgery began. So grounding practices, I just want you to look around the space that you're in right now and looking at colors and textures and the things that are inside your space, the things that you took time, if you're at home, to make your space nice for you or visually comforting for you, whatever the word is, things, your favorite things that you like, that you put them together in a way. Look at those things, look around. We're looking also for colors that kind of jump out. So I have a wall behind the camera that is the color of pink, reddish pink roses, sort of corally kind of. And so my eyes caught that. Usually I'm catching blue and green things on this side, but my eyes caught that color. And so see what your eyes catch. It could be a color or a thing. It doesn't have to be a color. It can be a thing. And just look at that thing or that color and notice how it makes you feel. You might not feel anything other than it's a pretty color, but it might make you feel a certain way. In my bedroom, I have a turquoise wall. That's my favorite color. And when I go in there, I feel relaxed when I walk in there. Initially, I feel like, oh, that's my favorite color. So see what you notice. And then we're going to move into sounds. So we'll start with sounds. Let's start with outside sounds. So there are cars making their way through my block to get to bigger streets. I'm on a Waze path, unfortunately. So Waze app sends people down my street in the mornings, and sometimes it gets a little crazy, even though it's residential. So noticing what you hear outside, I can hear the chirping of a bird or two. We're moving our listening to inside the room. It's really quiet in here for now. Then we move to our sense of smell. You may smell nothing. I smell nothing. I forgot to put my diffuser on, but we look for different smells. It could be food, coffee, flowers. It could be incense. It could be perfume, that oil that you put on. See what you notice. Sense of touch. So we're going to start with a practice that helps us to relieve our anxiety. It's called arm brushes, or it's called havening. I learned it, a lady named it havening. I don't know if she created that name, but she taught it in a workshop, but it helps us to regulate our nervous system. I've named it arm brushes because that's more relatable. So taking either hand, put it on the opposite shoulder up high. And we're just going to brush all the way down to the fingertips. But while you're going down, I want you to notice, this is the sense of touch, how the fabric feels of your shirt or top, if you have long sleeves or short, noticing if you have on short sleeves or a tank top, the difference between where the fabric is and where your skin starts. And then when you get down to your hands, noticing, the feeling of the bones of your hands and fingers. And so really paying attention to your sense of touch as you go through this, okay? And we'll do one more on that same side, and then we'll switch over to the other side. So I'm using left hand up to the top of the right shoulder. You go on your opposite side, whatever that is. And again, from the top of the shoulder all the way down the arm to the fingertips, and just noticing. Like that time I noticed my watch. My watch is underneath my sleeve. And then the rings on my hand I noticed this time. And so this is a way that you can calm yourself down. If you're waiting, the appointment thing I mentioned, if you're waiting in your car for something. Sometimes I do that at the red lights. In general, some of these practices I do put them into my life daily. And so I encourage you to try that out. It really helps with, like difficult conversations, interviews, like before you go in the interview, start doing that. You can also do it on the tops of your thighs. Just like I say, sometimes if you're in a meeting, you can calm yourself down if you're at a desk or table. Little sneaky self-care here. So just back and forth. And again, noticing, for me, I have on leggings. They're kind of old, so they're kind of thinned out a little bit, but the fabric feels smooth. Yeah, so just, and really not just rubbing your leg, but noticing, or rubbing your arm, but noticing the different textures of that. So that's the next thing. And then we'll go to sense of taste, I think is our last one. So I have minty toothpaste flavor, and then I took a sip of coffee. I'll take one now. So the mint and the coffee together. You may have had food or pastry or juice or water. And just see what you notice there. And so that's how we do a grounding practice. Okay. And you don't have to go through the whole thing. You could pick one thing, looking around, and that, depending on where you are, one thing is enough, or you can do all the five senses. So I'm going to step back to my chair. We're going to start, let's see, get started. And I wanted to talk quickly about, since we will have this class on video, I wanted to talk about adjusting the chair to your comfort for our newcomers. I know that Evelyn has heard this talk a million times, but if you are tall and you sit in your chair and your knees are really, or your leg is bent at a really high angle, that means the chair is too low for your height. Okay, so I'm exaggerating, but what you would do is put a blanket or towel underneath you that lifts you up away from the seat of the chair, and your legs will be able to rest, legs and feet will be able to rest comfortably on the toward the floor. Okay. If you are a little tiny bit shorter, and I use this example, I teach in a senior center from time to time. They have these delicious padded chairs that are really comfortable, but for chair yoga, they're not the best, but that's all we have. And we have no blanket. So I teach on my tippy toe. I think everyone subconsciously or unconsciously is on their tippy toes just to make it work. But if I had my way, I would take my blanket or pillow. And this again is a senior center. It's not a yoga studio, so they don't have all the things we like to have in a yoga class. But we take the blanket or the pillow and put it under our feet. That brings the floor up to our height so that we can sit comfortably, so we're not sitting on tiptoes for an hour. So that's how you adjust your chair to make sense for you. Let me turn on the little tunes here. And then just sit feet flat, legs separated to your comfort. So if you like your legs together, you may do that. I prefer mine separated so they can kind of be on their own and I don't have to work on keeping them together. So you could, this is one of the examples of trying what works for you, okay? So this works for me. And so this is what I do even when I'm out as a student taking yoga class. This is how I would sit if I were in a chair class to start at least. Hands on your knees or thighs. We're going to do some circles and palms down with the hands. You can have them down near your knees or more on top of your thighs. It's up to you. We're just going to move the torso around. So this brings some movement actually in the hip sockets, even though the torso is moving. It's the hip, it's the hip socket moving around the thigh bones. The thigh bones are stationary. The top of the thigh bones are stationary, but the hip sockets are part of the upper body, obviously. And so we're bringing some movement into that part of our body. Our hips, the yoga books say that our hips hold trauma, whether it be symbolically holding symbolic trauma or real trauma. I have not figured that part out, but the people smarter than me write this in the different books that I've read. And so we need to have practices that help us to keep our hips mobile and flexible and fluid. Let's go the other way. So I want to bring the breath in now. We're going the other way. When you sit up, inhale. When you come forward, exhale, let the breath out. So we're linking the movement and the breath. So these I do in the car, and whenever I mention anything in the car, I'm usually the driver, so always know that I mean at a red light. I do not mean while I'm in motion or in a parking lot, park waiting for whatever I'm waiting for, but never in motion. But so we can bring chair yoga into the vehicles, and it's really nice if you're the passenger, you can do a lot more stuff. So come back to stillness, bring your hands in front of your heart. For our newcomers, this is called prayer hands, and just like it sounds, prayer hands, pressing the palms together, and the elbows are, shoulders are relaxed and resting down. We're not up here. Just have the arms in a neutral way. Take a breath in here. I'm going to twist left elbow, right knee. So you can either touch the right knee with the left elbow, or you can hover over the right knee, whatever is comfortable for you. So again, that trying out aspect of my class, sampling what works best. Okay, once you get situated, lift the right elbow. Look toward the right elbow and just hold here and take some breaths. So the breath is smooth and easy. I forgot to talk about the breath earlier. We're breathing through our nose. So smooth and easy breaths through the nose. Inhaling, exhaling through the nose. And this is a forward bend. So we're getting a little space on the low spine, a little bit of, it's called the lumbar spine. Getting a little space there by leaning forward. And also we're twisting the spine in a spiral. And so that is good for bringing a little, what is the word I want? The spine gets compressed throughout the day. And I know it's morning time, but this is another way that we can kind of tend to our spine and that compressive feeling that happens throughout the day. Look down between your feet. Look up toward the right elbow. Look down between your feet. Look up toward the right elbow. And this time, look down between your feet and hold here. Just twisting, checking on your breath, checking on your jaw. And then inhale, palms stay together. Notice how the left side of your rib cage feels when we come up. Fingertips up toward the sky. And then exhale, bringing right elbow over to the left knee. So again, you can hover or touch. It's up to you. When you get settled there, lift the left elbow. Turn your gaze toward your left elbow. Ooh, wild dog pack out there. I don't know what's happening. Anyway, looking at the left elbow, and you might feel a little opening of the shoulder blade on this side to be the right shoulder blade. See if you notice that. You might not notice it, but just check around, see if you're aware. And so we're looking at the left elbow, holding here, checking on the breath, checking on the jaw, loose jaw, relaxed jaw. Relaxing the jaw just means separating the upper and lower arches of your teeth just a hair, and that'll relax those muscles in the jaw. And then looking down between your feet, looking up to the left, looking down, looking up, and this last time looking down and holding, and we're going to keep breathing here. So this is a seated forward twist, spinal twist, seated forward spinal twist. Then inhale, hands stay pressed together, lift the fingertips all the way toward the sky. We're going to move in real time now. Exhale, twisting to the right. Inhale, fingertips up, sit up straight. Exhale, twisting to the left. Inhale, sit up straight and tall, fingers up, fingertips up, arms up. Exhale, right. Inhale, lift. Exhale, left. Inhale, lift. We'll do one more set, right and then left. Exhale to the right. Inhale up. And then exhale to the left. Inhale up. And then swan dive the arms down and then sit back in your chair. You can let your arms hang or you can put them on your knees or thighs or hang onto your belly, wherever you want. And just take a few breaths here. See what you notice. So you might notice something, feelings on the side body, the side rib cage, left and right. I feel something in my shoulder joint. So see if you notice anything there. And I definitely feel something in my shoulder blades, which are on the upper part of the back. You may feel something, a little spaciousness on your low back. When we did that forward bend, this part of our spine got an opening or a lengthening from being leaning forward. So that's always a good one to do. I'll show you another way to access that. If your low back feels tight, as long as you don't have any back problems, you can just take a breath in here with me. And just exhale and lean forward, either hands on the knees or thighs, or you can let the arms hang, and you can sit like this for as long as you want to. It does become harder to breathe like this, but just do the best that you can. And that definitely stretches out those muscles. So a lot of times the muscles kind of fight if they haven't been moved around in a while. They kind of like, what are we doing? Why are we doing this? And then eventually they relax. So we hold these poses so that we get to the relaxation. So while we're here, let the arms hang on the outside of the legs. Inhale, arms sweep up and over. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, arms up and over. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. We're going to go a little bit faster here. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Last set. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. And then hands on your knees or thighs. Let's do some seated cat-cow. So curl your spine back, lift your chest, and hold. I'm going to turn sideways. Of course, I spilled, of course. So we're here in a cow shape. Back is arched, chest is lifted. We're going to hold here. Hold here, take a few breaths. I'm going to get a napkin while you hold. We're arching the back. We're lifting the chest, and the chin is up just a hair. Your head is not hanging back behind you. It's just lifted, and continue your breathing here. So this is the cow of the cat-cow shapes. Cat-cow, we traditionally do on the floor, on hands and knees, but we have adapted it to chair yoga. We can adapt a lot of the standard traditional poses to be done in chairs. So we're holding here in cow, taking breaths through your nose. We'll move into cat now, and that means curl your spine toward the back of your chair. We're exhaling, and we're bringing the chin toward the chest. We're going to round the spine out toward the back of your chair. Chin is to the chest, hands are either on knees or thighs, and just hold here. This is the opposite type of stretch to the cow that we just did. So holding here, breathing through the nose, big breaths in and out. We'll move into cow, another slow cow. So hold here. Again, chest lifts a lot, chin lifts a little, and the spine is arched. Okay, and hold here. Take some breaths. As we reverse into cat, like the Halloween cats. The kids were out the other night running around. I didn't have candy, so I stayed in the dark, but I could hear them squealing and laughing and having fun out there. So this is the spooky cat shape. Now we're going to move in real time. So again, linking breath and motion. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale, cat. Breathe in. Cow. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then come back to neutral. Let's sit back for just a couple breaths. Do a body scan and see what you notice. And then inhale back, spine upright, come up to straight back away from the back of your chair. Bring your hands back to prayer hands. We're going to sweep out. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, come down, forward bend. We do this a lot in this class. Inhale, bring the right knee to chest. Exhale, right foot on the floor. We're going to do three cat cows here. So we'll start with cow. Exhale, cat. 3 sets. Here's set number 2. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. This is number 1. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. And then we come back to neutral. Circle. We did these at the beginning. 2 times each way. Doesn't matter which way you go. We'll go both ways. So 2 in one direction. When you're ready, reverse your direction to the other way. And then after that one, come back to center, sitting up tall, hands in front of your heart. Sweep out and up. Exhale, forward, flat back. Inhale, bring the left knee to chest. Exhale, left foot down. Set up for cow. Breathe in. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. So 3 sets. This is set 2. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to neutral and then 2 circles each way. You can go with it either way. We'll do both directions. Moving the breath. You've done 2. Reverse your direction. Come back to neutral. And we'll do both sides again. Sweep up. I'm going to add some ankle circles in this set. Exhale forward. Inhale, we'll grab the left knee again. And then exhale and hold here. So we're circling the left ankle, either direction. We'll go both ways. Checking your breathing. And I just noticed my left shoulder was up, so make sure both shoulders are down and neutral. I just caught that. I'm like, why is it shoulder? Because it's trying to help me lift my left leg. That's why. Reversing the circling of the left foot, left ankle. Take a breath here. Exhale, left foot down, and then set up for cat-cow. Breathe in to cow. Exhale, cat. We'll do 3 sets here. Set 2, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 circles. So my friend Jackie calls these stir the pots. So 2 stir the pots one way, and then 2 stir the pots the other way. Moving the breath. Coming back to center, we'll go for the right side now. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, flat back, forward bend. Inhale, we'll bring the right knee up. Exhale and circle the right foot, right ankle. And reverse. Take a breath in. Set the right foot down. Exhale. Set up for cow. Inhale. Exhale, cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And then circle 2 times. Either way to start. We'll go both ways. Move your breath as you circle. So when you come forward, inhale. When you come upright, I'm sorry to go back. When you come forward, exhale. When you come upright, inhale. And then we'll come back. Let's sit back in the chair. Take a moment, body scan. Just relax for just a couple breaths. We won't be here long. Notice how you feel, how things are feeling for you. Hands in front of your heart. So we're sitting up again, away from the back of the chair. So we have the spine stacked, one vertebrae on top of the other, and shoulders are over the hips. So we're showing really good posture for the moment. Hold here and just take some breaths. Drop your chin down towards your chest. Take some breaths. If you're comfortable to close your eyes, you may feel free to try that. It shuts out all the external stimuli around us, the light and the things that are in front of us. And I have a lot of things in front of me. As I say, a lot of these classes, I say that in. But for many of us, closed eyes is not comfortable at all. And so you may leave them wide open if you want. I like kind of knowing what's happening around me, even though I'm in here by myself. It just gives me a sense of what is the word? Calm or awareness, whatever the word is. I just feel better with my eyes open. But you can also consider closing them halfway. That's another option. And you can pick and change. You can pick one and then change it to the other one or do whatever you want. So interlace your hands here. Take a breath in. Exhale, push your arms straight out. So they're horizontal with the floor. The wrists are bent back or the hands are bent back and the elbows are straight. That's the exhale. Inhale, arms come up above your head. Palms are now facing the ceiling and there's still a flex in the wrists. Okay, so we're getting a nice stretch in our wrist and the carpal tunnel area. And then exhale into cactus arms. So it looks like this. The arms are strong. They're not just wimping out, hanging out down here. They're strong and engaged. And what I mean by that is the muscles are turned on. Even though we're not using the arms, the muscles are turned on. So holding here. This was the exhale. Now we inhale, start over again. Exhale, push out, arms horizontal. Palms away from me, from you. Inhale, lift palms up toward the sky. Elbows are as straight as you can make them. And then this time when we release on the exhale, I want you to do kind of like a skier's shape. Sometimes I see those speed skiers going back like this. So arms are diagonally, hands behind you. So that gives a nice stretch to the front of your shoulders. So that was the exhale. And then here we come to inhale. We're going to alternate cactus arms and we'll call them skier's arms. I don't know what that's called. But anyway, here we go. So prayer hands to start. Inhale here. Interlace, exhale, push. Inhale up. We're going in real time now. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, prayer. Exhale, push. Inhale, lift. Exhale, skier's arms. Inhale, prayer. Exhale, push. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, prayer. Exhale, push. Inhale, lift. Exhale, skier. Inhale, hands, prayer hands. Exhale, push. Inhale, lift. We'll do one more each set for each arm style. This is number one. Exhale to cactus. This is the last one. Inhale. Interlace, push, exhale. Inhale, arms straight above, palms up. And then exhale, skier. Inhale, prayer hand, sit back in your chair and have a notice of how your shoulders and your upper arms feel. So we did like a range of motion kind of thing from here and up and back. So that's really nourishing for the shoulder joints. If you get tight shoulders, you can do some of those. Let's sit up again. We're gonna raise the shoulders up to the ears like my left shoulder was before. Inhale, and then exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And then this one, inhale and hold. So we're going to keep breathing. I want you to just tense the shoulders up toward the ears and hold there. Smooth breath. And then exhale, lower, and inhale, right shoulder only. Exhale, lower right ear. Inhale, right shoulder. Exhale, lower. Lift right, lower right, and one more. Lift right, lower right. We'll go left. Inhale, left shoulder up, left shoulder down. Left shoulder up, left shoulder down. Two more, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Inhale, down. And then we'll circle. Let's circle back. So both shoulders circling backwards. We're going to go both ways. Circling toward the back and really make it count. Circle and really lift the shoulders up and then back and then as far down, as low down as you can get them, and then as far forward. So this is stretching all the muscles, the upper body, the chest, way up high on the back. So a few more. Breathing, sitting up tall. If you want to pull your belly button in a little, that turns on the muscles in the abdominal area. And then reversing, really making it count. So I can really feel this on my upper back. So see what you notice. Just a couple more. And then come back to neutral, that's shimmy. So it's opposite shoulders. We're going to shimmy forward. You can open your legs a little bit if you want to. You don't have to, but shimmy upright, inhaling when you come up. And when you're ready to shimmy forward, exhaling so the shoulders are really moving. Inhaling when you come up, shimmy down when you're ready on the exhale. And shimmy, come up, and then come back to center. Drop your chin to your chest. We'll circle slowly, slowly circling. Doesn't matter which direction. We'll start, we'll go on both directions. And if you hear any noise in your neck, as long as there's no pain, you're okay. If you have pain, maybe try circling not as big, or if it really still hurts, just waiting for us and taking some thoughtful breathing or some mindful breathing. We'll go the other way now. So slow and easy circles. These are good in the car, red light, waiting, parked. These are really good. And then we'll move into final rest. And so you make it comfortable in your chair, or if you are near a sofa, bed, floor, you can lay down if you want. Whatever is good for you, you may do that. Just want you all to know that I am so happy to be back. I've been looking forward to today, as well as my progress to get me back to this point. Yeah. So directing your awareness to your feet. Take a breath in and then exhale. Directing your awareness to your legs. Take a breath in and then exhale. Awareness to your hands. Breath in and then exhale. Awareness to your arms. Inhale, exhale. Awareness to your hips and shoulders. Inhale, exhale. Awareness to your heart. Inhale, exhale. Awareness to your breath. Inhale, exhale. And then continue your own natural rhythm or pattern of breathing. Wiggle your toes and fingers. Turn your head from side to side. And you may inhale and bring your arms up over your head and take a big stretch. Big stretch from the knees to chest on the exhale, and turn onto your favorite side and push yourself upright to seated. So thank you so much, Leonie and Evelyn, for having me. And I'm so glad to be back, as I said before. And thank you, Uma Community Clinic. Shall and see you next time.
I'm here now.
Oh, hey.
I'm so sorry.